Okay, today you are going to be taking notes related to the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem. Okay? Yeah, triangles. So, in all right triangles, with legs A and B, and hypotenuse side C, A squared plus B squared is always equal to C squared. In all right triangles with legs A and B and hypotenuse side C, A squared plus B squared will always equal C squared. So let's get a picture of a right triangle. A right triangle is a triangle that has one 90-degree angle in it. And this symbol right here is the symbol for 90-degree angle. Right there. The sides. The sides on either side of the 90-degree angle are always sides A and B. So the sides next to the 90 are always A and B. The side across from the 90 is always side C. Okay, so this across from the 90, that's always side C. It's called the hypotenuse and the longest side. Now, these 2 points, or these 2 things in blue, are real important. The sides next to the 90-degree angle are always A and B. The side across from the 90 is always side C. Your first step in solving these triangle problems is always to label the sides. You always label the sides first. So here's how this works. Today on your worksheet, you're going to be asked to find x. You're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to find x. So you're going to be given a triangle. And you'll be given two sides of the triangle. The first thing you want to do is take this triangle and label the sides. So call the sides next to the 90 A and B. So here's A and B. The side across from the 90 is always C. So then you can write your theorem, which is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then take the values and substitute them back into the theorem. So A is representing the side that's 10, so 10 squared plus 8 squared equals x squared. And then square your values. So 10 squared would be 100. 8 squared would be 64 equals x squared. And then 100 plus 64 would be 164 equals x squared. Now your last step in this problem is to get rid of the exponent. So you would find the square root of each side. That means you type 164 into your calculator and you push the button 2 above the 9, and 12.8 is equal to x. Any questions so far? All right, let's try another one. All right, given this triangle, you're asked to find the value of x. So your first step is going to be to label the sides. The sides next to the 90 are always A and B. The side across from the 90 is always side C. So then write out your theorem, which is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And then substitute your values. So your A in this case is 8, so 8 squared plus your B in this case is x, so x squared equals your C is 15, so 15 squared. Square your values, so 8 squared is 64 plus x squared equals 15 squared is 225. And now you're solving for x, so you're going to subtract 64 from each side. X squared equals 225 minus 64 is 161. And then in order to get the x by itself, you would have to find the square root of each side, because the square root of x squared is equal to x. And that 161 is still sitting in your calculator, so you can push the square root button. And if we round to the nearest tenth, that's 12.7. Any questions on finding x in that problem? The steps are the same for each problem. You label your sides, substitute the values for the variables, square everything, and then solve for x. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody need to see another example? Yes, sir.
You only do that square root when it's like x2?
Correct. Yeah, you only find the square root of both sides when x is raised to the second power.
So when it's 8 over 2, you times it by itself. So 8 times 8.
Yes, 8 squared is 8 times 8. All right, Jessica's going to pass out a handout for you. It's page 99. You're going to do problems 1 through 4, and then 7 through 12. And be sure to show all your work and do them on a separate sheet of paper so you can keep your notes in your notebook.